This is Rob again with Total Fitness with video 2 of our series. As promised in our last video, I'm going to be going over a nutrition plan today and give you an example of a couple of things that I would eat in my nutrition plan. Starting off, let's kick it off with an eating schedule. 5 to 6 times a day, very important. Very important that we eat 5 to 6 times a day. I mentioned in my last video I was going to go over some things that didn't work for me. When I first started with one of my diets, I thought that eating once or twice a day would actually make me lose weight, when it's really not the case. That actually made things worse for me. I retained a lot more fat that way. My body went into starvation mode. Really is what it does is it tries to retain all the fat that you put into your body because it doesn't know the next time you're going to feed it, so it's going to hold on to that. When I learned that eating 5 to 6 times a day, it sounds a little crazy, it sounds like you're eating too much food, but what I'm saying is you're eating breakfast, which should be your largest meal, a nice lunch, and then a very light dinner with snacking in between those 3 meals. And I'll give you an example about that, of how I eat a little bit later. But 5 to 6 times a day eating, and then obviously we're going to be having water with everything that we have, if at all possible you want to stay with water. So like I said, example of my daily eating plan, okay? Smart eating choices. Over here I have a list of things that I call green foods, things that you can eat at any time pretty much in your diet, things that you should be eating. All this food is good for losing weight and also adding muscle if you're someone who's trying to add muscle. But a couple of green things that I have here are beef tenderloin, cube steak, and sirloin steak. Sirloin steak is pretty popular, so if you're out and you find yourself in a restaurant, try to order a sirloin steak if your date can afford it. Green pork and poultry. Pork tenderloin, Canadian bacon, lean ham. The Canadian bacon you want to substitute, like I said, for the regular bacon that you would have, and it's less fattening than your regular bacon in your grocery stores. Boneless chicken breast. Very good. I eat that almost every single night, and I'm not saying you have to eat that every single night, but I love chicken, so I have that almost every single night with some red potatoes or vegetables, things like that. Ground turkey, deli meats. I'm going to go over one of the red, and when I say red, I'm saying red foods that you shouldn't eat. When you think deli meats, a lot of people will probably think maybe putting bologna in their sandwich and things like that. Deli meats is actually something you want to stay, or bologna is something you want to stay away from when you're making your sandwiches. Anything chicken or turkey and it's 95% fat-free, that's what you want to put in your sandwiches. I get the 98% fat-free ham and turkey. I really couldn't tell a difference if it was fat-free or not, but it tastes the same, and it's nice to know that it's 98% fat-free. Fish. You can eat any kind of fish, and I'll give you an example of some of the fish that I have here on this list. Bass, bluefish, catfish, crab's awesome, oysters, things like that. You can eat that at any time. Keep in mind that we're not talking about fried fish or anything like that. The fish that are heavily battered and deep fried, that's not very good for you. It tastes good, but it's not good for you. So fish, very good for you in your diets. Like I said, I have this huge list here. If you do want a copy of this list, email me, let me know. I can email you a list of this, but it's a really lengthy list here. It's kind of like a nice aid. You maybe take a look at it before you go grocery shopping and give you an idea of things that you should buy. Even game, it's got a list for game here, which I find pretty interesting. I don't touch any of this stuff, but in case you do, if you want to eat buffalo, goose, rabbit, venison, pheasant, ostrich, it's all there for you. But some of the red things you want to stay away from as far as red protein would be, prime rib roast. It tastes so good, I know, but you want to stay away from that. Sandwich meat. There's a bologna that I was telling you about. You want to stay away from that. Some of the pork, spare ribs, stay away from that. And some of the yellow proteins. These are things that you can have every now and then. New York strip, porterhouse steak, short ribs. Rib roast every now and then you can have, and then fish, fried fish of any kind. Now when I say yellow, that means you want to have it every now and then. When I'm talking about now and then, I'm saying about once every couple weeks or so, or maybe once a week if you have to. So here's this list right here. I'm going to put that down, but if you want a copy of that, let me know and I'll get it out there to you. Alright, so next I'm going to show you an example of what I would eat on a daily basis. But before I go ahead and do that, I want to emphasize that this isn't a diet. This is a lifestyle. just like I mentioned in our first video, we have to create a pattern here, and this has become a pattern for me. Like I said, you don't have to exactly eat what I eat, but this is just an example of what I would eat. For instance, here's a breakfast for me. Because I do work in an office and I have to be at work early in the morning, I would normally fix myself some oatmeal. It's been sitting for a while. I know it doesn't look very good, and this bruised banana. I would take that with me, and that would be my breakfast. That would get me through my 2 hours that I need to make it to my snack right here, which would be some yogurt and granola right here. It's that fat-free yogurt, really good for you. That would carry me into my lunch. Now with all my lunches, I take a fat burner, which I will make a special video for supplements that I would take if you're interested in that. But I take a fat burner with my lunch. So my lunch would consist of a sandwich here on whole wheat bread with that fat-free ham and turkey with some lettuce and fat-free mayo. I usually have that with my glass of water and also a protein shake. Protein shake tends to fill you up a little bit, so you're not going to eat as much. Sometimes I eat half the sandwich, sometimes I eat the whole thing and maybe not my whole protein shake. That'll carry me on into another snack that I'll have. That's my snack before dinner right there. It's just a bowl of fruit, nothing heavy or anything like that, which would carry me on to my dinner. Before I do that, really quick, let me show you. This is what I would use for my protein shake, which is some soy milk. It's a Vita Soy. It's actually 45% less calories than regular soy milk, and it's 25% less sugar as well. So I would either mix my protein shake up with this or some water if I don't have that available. For my dinner, like I said earlier, I normally have chicken, so I have about a chicken breast the size of my fist. That would be a portion that I would have, and then some red potatoes and things like that. The way I would cook my chicken, you can either bake it, stay away from deep frying like I said, but you can use canola oil, olive oil, things like that. Switch it up. Like I said, there's plenty of things that you can eat with green proteins and things like that for your meals. So if you would, like I said earlier, you do not have to follow the same things that I eat. This is just an example of what I eat, but if you do need help on creating a nutrition plan, I can help you out with that, and just get with me, email me, and I can help you out with that. Like I said, guys, this is a lifestyle that we're creating here, so I hope that this has been helpful for you guys. The next video that we're going to be doing is our first exercise, so I hope you guys are ready for that. We're just setting the groundwork, and like I said, the first and most important thing would be your eating habits. So stay tuned, subscribe to my videos, rate them, let me know what you think, and also let me know if there's something that you want me to add in the next video. Stay tuned, and hope you guys enjoy. Thanks.